I'll go to the other stream now. The chat went out on this stream for some weird reason. I guess I'll stay live as well, but y'all just go to the other stream. Y'all just go to the other stream. Alright, no, don't go to the other stream on my channel. Just go over there. I actually have my camera, and I'm not doing it on the chat. The chat is literally, no. I don't know how to do it. Here, he missed a free throw. Okay, time to stand up. Time to stand up. Good pick. Screen. Oh! Yeah, I don't know what happened to the chat. Why was it disabled? Oh. Is it because I showed some of the game? Is that the reason why? Oh, I hope that's not the reason why. Nice one. StreamYard, I'm going to post it. Anyone wants to come in here, you gotta show your face before you come in here, because we're not having any trolls in here trying to get my stream shut down. So if you're coming in here, you gotta show your face. I actually do hope people come in here. If you're still watching on this, go to my other stream. It still says there's 3 viewers. Devices locked. Oh my lord. All right, well, 3 viewers on this stream. Come to this stream. I know we do this all the time. All right. We're in this stream. All right. Peace. Go dog. Nah, not this one. Not this one. Not this one. The other one. Other one. 4 viewers in here. Go to my other stream. I'm about to end this one since the chat is disabled for some weird reason. So yeah. All right. Peace and go dogs. I hope we should. Now we have 0 viewers in here. Got a guest. Leo.
Hey, how you doing, Jacob?
Leo.
You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Will says there's a free trial. Wait, what free trial? Do I have limited time on this? Well, what do you mean? I'm confused. Is Will not on the channel? Okay.
Oh, you're only on here for a free trial?
I guess. Apparently, you have a limited amount of time. Oh wow, okay. I didn't know that, so. Yes, Georgia getting a ranked win in basketball. You don't see that every day.
What's Georgia's record in basketball?
2-5.
2-5?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. 2-5. Not very good at all. I think there's a 3-month trial. After that, StreamYard will charge you for every stream. Oh.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. What if I go on my opposite account or something?
Hmm.
No wonder why Ballard doesn't want to do StreamYards. He gets charged now.
Uh, yeah, I mean, I think you can pay for it and you can uh, get like 10 people at once. I don't know how it works. I don't do videos.
Okay, well, I only got StreamYard for 3 months. Wow. So Neil, what do you think about the playoff poll?
About what?
The playoff poll?
Playoff what?
Playoff poll.
Playoff poll?
Yeah, it came.
Uh,
Alabama's at 3. They actually dropped down.
Alabama's at 3. Yeah. I'll be honest. I'll be quite honest with you. The way Alabama's been playing, they shouldn't be in the top four.
Yeah, yeah. Alabama. Well, it's simple for them. If they win, they're in. If they lose, then there's no way they're making it.
Oh, I know that.
Some people
I
try to
don't.
justify how Alabama can lose and make the playoffs. That's just not going to happen.
I don't see that. Look, I'm being realistic here. I don't even know how Alabama's in the top four.
Yeah. Will Thurgood says he doesn't worry about that when he does stream. Okay, I guess we'll just see what happens. I don't know. If it kicks me off, it kicks me off. I'm doing this for now. I'm trying to get my Georgia hype trailer out by tomorrow morning or afternoon. I posted a Lincoln Riley interview, which surprised it didn't get as many views as I thought it would. I thought a lot of people were interested in what Lincoln Riley had to say, but no.
Hmm. Lincoln Riley to USC. That was
Oh
surprising
yeah,
move.
talk about that. Yeah, yeah. Lincoln Riley USC. I think it's an upgrade because USC has talent all around him. I think he left Oklahoma. He just couldn't get the defense there. It seems like so. I think there's better potential at USC.
What did you think of Brian Kelly to LSU?
Great hire for LSU. Much better hire than I thought they'd ever get.
Hmm.
I thought they were gonna have to settle for a small name. No, well, they got Brown Kelly. So
Yeah.
if I'm being honest, Notre Dame just doesn't have it, and Brian Kelly, they don't have it for a natty. They're not a good enough program for a natty anymore. And Brian Kelly knew
Well,
that, so he left.
Brian Kelly. I think I saw something where he said that he can't recruit like he wants to at Notre Dame because of the restrictions.
Too many restrictions, academic restrictions,
Yeah,
university restrictions, and
I think it's
they restrict their students to a lot of
well.
things that you can do at other universities, which causes people to not want to go there. So it's just too hard of a job. Notre Dame just doesn't have it anymore.
Yeah.
Not that it's not a good job. I mean, there's no expectations there. You can win 8, 9, 10 games a year and stay there for 3 decades. But in terms of winning Natty, they don't got it anymore.
Yeah. What'd you think of Billy Napier to Florida?
I think it's a good hire for Florida. Um, I'm interested in what Salim said he's going to watch the Sun Belt Championship this Saturday. Which, if that game started in the SEC title, then and it is. Oh, that game. Well, I don't know why he's streaming that game. Then I guess he just doesn't care about the SEC. Or
Yeah,
who?
nobody's gonna watch that.
He's streaming the Sun Belt title because of Billy Napier.
Oh,
I
I know.
time I would not watch that over the SEC title, but that's his decision, I guess.
Yeah.
I just I'd rather watch the SEC title.
Who? I mean, who in the SEC wouldn't?
SEC what?
Who of the people that like the SEC who wouldn't want to watch the title game?
Yeah. Maybe he just has so much hatred for Georgia and Alabama that he just doesn't want to watch the game.
Yeah, maybe.
He said that he's watching the Sun Belt title game because Billy Napier is Florida's next coach. I understand that, but and I thought it was a great idea at first until I found out that game was during the SEC title, and I was like, oh, wait a minute first. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, he's watching that game during the SEC title. That game will be at 12 or something. He wanted Charlie Strong as Florida's next head coach, which I just he destroyed two programs in the past decade. Wow, I don't know why he'd want that.
I didn't hear what you said first.
Huh?
I didn't hear what you said first.
Oh, I said that Celine wants he wanted Charlie Strong as Florida's next head coach.
Hmm.
Oh, we win! There we go. How about them dogs in basketball? Yes, yes, yes. Wow, wow, wow. Georgia wins 82 to 79.
Yeah.
There we
So
go.
you say it's the year of the dog, huh?
Yeah, I cheer for any dogs, and only the dogs, no other team. Wow.
It may be y'all's year this year, but watch out for next year.
Oh, you're saying Alabama's going to be back next year?
Oh yeah,
No, I think Alabama dynasty is over. You know, they're,
it's gonna be back next year, Jacob. You just wait.
their dynasty's not
You
over.
just wait. You remember, Alabama had the number one recruiting class in history this past year, so
Their dynasty's not over,
those
but
those people are freshmen now. They're gonna be sophomores and more experienced next year. So you just wait.
yeah. This is what Georgia fans used to do. They used to hype up the next year because we lose that year. So
Because we've only lost one game. We haven't. I mean, yeah, we've had a little bit of luck, but we've only lost one game
one Baylor fan attacked Jeff Webster in one of the strings because he was mad that Jeff Webster said that Alabama was going to lose to Georgia, and the guy came in and said that he's not a real Alabama fan and all that.
Sounds like the Disney dogs to me.
Yeah. Who was it?
Sounds
Somebody.
like sounds like what Lou says the Disney dogs do.
Yeah. TK. She started crying in the stream because her mom doesn't have, I can say, good health right now. So she's dealing.
Ballard dream of the Alabama Texas A&M game.
Yeah, I don't think.
I'm sure you do, Will.
Always go back and watch Bowser. Yeah, I should re. Yeah, that was a great reaction. I'm thinking about making a video, the best community reactions, like Uncle Lou's reaction to the Natty,
Yeah,
Bowser to
that
that, Carolina
that's
Jack,
where.
Carolina Jackpot's reaction to like every single stream and every single game. Well,
Will, that stream was where he Ballard kept on saying Bryce Young needed to be taken out.
yeah, that was just I went off of her after that. It's like what? I just Ballard overreacts to the moment too easily. He needs to let things go sometimes.
Yeah,
Like, just because George is losing, I'm not going to come in here and say we need to bench Jordan Davis or something. That's what like benching Bryce Young is saying. Like saying bench Bryce Young is like
yeah,
me saying bench Jordan Davis because we allowed a rushing touchdown or something.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, Celine he's dealing with some stuff with his dad. TK's dealing with some stuff with her mom. Uh, so some family issues in the community there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Will, why don't you come in here?
Huh? Oh, really?
I was ask, I was saying, Will, why don't you come in here?
Yeah, come on. What?
Yeah, I remember that too, Will.
And then Uncle Lou started laughing at Alabama. Yeah,
I remember Will. I mean, I remember Uncle Lou came into that stream, and the first thing he said was poverty.
but
The very first thing Uncle Lou said when he came into that stream that time was poverty.
well, you gotta have fun and do it while it lasts, because we know this year is Georgia's year.
Alabama be back. I'm telling you, Jacob, they'll be back next year.
Yeah. We get it. But it's 2021 right now.
Yeah. Jacob, what would you do? I don't think it'll happen either, but what would you do if Alabama did win the game Saturday?
I talk about how Georgia would win the rematch.
Of course you would.
Yeah.
So would every other Georgia fan.
Yeah. I talk about how Georgia's gonna win the rematch.
And I think we all know that Alabama's not going to win that game. No, there's no way.
Yeah. Mm. So we saw the two biggest coaching hires: Lincoln Riley, USC, Brian Kelly, LSU. So let's talk about that. Do you think? Do you think how? Or do you think both coaches, one of those coaches, none of those coaches, do you think they're going to win Natty? One Natty.
Maybe in time. I don't know.
I think Lincoln Riley probably will, just because USC just. But Brian Kelly, LSU's in a bad spot right now, so I don't know.
Yeah,
He might, but
it just depends on what they can do in recruiting.
I mean Notre Dame has a chance to make the playoffs, and the guy just. I don't know. If your team has a chance to make the playoffs, I don't think you should leave the team.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that happened, but
It shows how much of a disadvantage Notre Dame really has against top tier teams. He's not confident in Notre Dame at all.
yeah.
I mean, he knows it's the same story every year. Go 11-1, go 12-0, lose
Do
to your.
you think do you think that Lincoln Riley went to USC because he was scared of being in the SEC?
Oh, I don't believe him. I mean, he's getting paid 12 million a year. He has a private jet. He gets all these incentives. They gave him a free house.
Yeah.
I'd rather live there than in the middle of nowhere like Oklahoma. And I also think, and I also think he went there. I mean, he signed a 5-star quarterback the day after he got at USC. Think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, and some of the players for Oklahoma are probably going to transfer to USC as well.
So Jacob, where in Georgia do you live?
Weren't Marriott, if you know.
Marietta? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I wasn't saying. Oh, but I think it also has to do another thing is I think he just can't. He knows that he can't get the recruiting on defense. His Oklahoma's recruiting has declined uh, since the Bob Stoops era ended. So I think he just knows he can get better recruiting, especially on defense. He knows he can't win a natty without the defense. So, and yeah, I think that's part of the reason why. But I think it also has to do a lot of the reason off the field stuff, like with him getting paid 12 million and all that. Uh,
Yeah.
I think Brian Kelly left not only because Notre Dame don't have the ability to win a natty anymore. I also think it has to do with them not being in the conference and refusing to join one.
Right. Right.
The only thing Brian,
I I had that thought too.
because the only thing Brian Kelly can do is win a natty. He can't win a conference. He can't beat this big rival to win a division. I mean, he can win a
Yeah.
bowl game, but it's just he needs. I don't know. He just needs conference credibility.
Who is LSU's biggest rival? Is it Alabama?
Who? LSU.
Yeah.
LSU's biggest rival probably is Alabama. Oh, that's not Alabama's biggest rival.
No, our biggest rival is obviously Auburn,
Yeah,
and then Tennessee.
in Tennessee.
Yeah,
Some Alabama fans hate LSU more than Tennessee.
yeah, I know. I
Most
still think of
the
I
newer.
still think of Tennessee. I don't like. Listen. I like LSU less than I like Tennessee too.
Yeah, it's mostly
I,
the
I do,
uh, it's mostly the younger Alabama fans that hate LSU more, which makes
yeah.
sense because Tennessee hasn't really been relevant many times. LSU has.
They used to be
Oh yeah, Tennessee used to be
like
relevant.
before you were born back in the they were pretty they were really really good.
We got somebody in the back. Will Ferrell good. I'm just gonna assume it's him. He didn't show his face. What's going on, Will?
It is me.
Yeah.
They will.
Yeah. Well,
What's
what
up,
do you think
Neil?
about this? Okay, big news this weekend. First of all, you got conference championship week. You got Lincoln Riley to USC. You got Billy Napier to Florida. You got Brian Kelly to LSU. I mean, what a week of college football. We just had Michigan beat
I know it's
Ohio State.
crazy.
Oklahoma State beat Oklahoma finally. And geez.
Close game in the Iron Bowl.
Yeah. But I think Lincoln Riley at USC. I think USC is going to be back. If USC does not come back with Lincoln Riley as their head coach, then it's going to make me believe that USC is never going to come back. This is their last
And
shot. If they can't come
and
back
when
here,
can they finally?
like Lincoln Riley's regarded as one of the top five coaches in the country and all that. If they can't come back now, they're never going to do it. It's that's just what it is. I think they will come back, but that's just what I think. I mean, we see this plenty of the time, and then they don't. So, what do y'all think?
Mm, I don't know.
When are they finally gonna say that Texas is back?
Yeah, Jeff Webster said that Texas is still one of the top five jobs in the country. I disagree, but
What?
yeah,
Maybe it's because of all the money they've got.
maybe
Texas. I've heard that Texas has more revenue than anybody else in the country.
that's true. Texas won Notre Dame too.
Uh-huh.
The rest are not even close.
But when will Texas? Well, what was the last Red River shootout Texas won?
2018 against Kyler Murray.
Oh,
And
oh,
then they had an upset. Was it 20? I think it was 2016. No, it was 2015. They had a huge upset over Oklahoma.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Being here in Dallas, the game is played right here in Dallas, so it's crazy around here.
Oh, oh, it's crazy. All right. Texas has
Yeah, I mean,
Texas has a disadvantage to Texas A&M right now because Texas A&M has they're in the SEC. They have the schedule advantage. They have the conference advantage. Kids want or yeah, people players want to play in the best conference. And Texas is in the Big 12. A&M's in the SEC. So Texas has a huge advantage right now for the Texas job. Now that's going to change, but right now they have a disadvantage, which is why they need to get in the SEC as fast as possible to start winning
yeah,
recruiting battles again. People say they should stay out in the SEC and all that. They need to come in to get that recruiting stuff.
I don't think they'll do very well in the SEC. They can't even come close to winning their own conference, the Big 12. So
What I'm saying is recruiting will automatically get better by joining the SEC. That's what's hurting Texas right now. A&M is out recruiting them because A&M's in the SEC. Texas is not,
yeah,
and people want to play in the SEC. That's just how it is.
well, I don't know if that's
I just
all of
don't
it.
think Texas will. I just don't think Texas will have any success in the SEC.
That's
They,
what I was saying. Well, yeah, I agree with you.
they probably won't, but I think I mean, they're
especially
not
when they
even
can't win their own conference.
they're not having success in the Big 12, so they might as well join the SEC to see maybe a coaching. They could get better coaches if they join the SEC. That's another thing too. If they
I
join
get
the
better
SEC,
coaches, better recruiting.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And if they get all that, Texas' potential. Now,
And they could finally say they could. I mean, I don't know if they join the SEC and they could
my,
say Texas is back.
my prediction is for the first 5 to 10 years in the SEC, it's going to be really rough for Texas. I think after that, though, they'll finally get a coach and situate themselves, and I think they'll be good again with their recruiting and all that.
What about Oklahoma? I
Oklahoma,
guess it,
the
I
Oklahoma.
guess it depends. It depends on who they get for a coach now.
Oh yeah. So a lot of people are saying Matt Campbell. Some people are saying what is it? Oh yeah. It was Matt Campbell, Kyle Whittingham. Got Lane Kiffin.
God
Uh,
damn.
yeah, Lane Kiffin. Some people are even saying Ed Ordron somehow. I guess.
There's
Coach
no way.
O.
Some people.
Oklahoma is not going to take Coach O. They're just not.
They're not gonna. I think they're gonna hire
Go
Matt.
Tigers.
I think they're gonna
Go
hire.
Tigers.
Yeah. I think they're gonna hire
I'm having a
Matt.
press conference, okay? Thank you.
I think they're gonna hire Matt Campbell or Kyle Whittingham. I don't think they'll hire Lane Kiffin. They won't hire Ed Ordron. They won't hire Mark Stoops or Pat Narduzzi because they signed extensions, which people don't know that they do because some people just don't pay attention. They want to talk about coaching jobs, and then they don't even know what's going on.
What about Luke
Here's a
Fickle?
question.
Huh?
What What about Luke Fickle?
Luke Fickle, he signed. Uh, I think he signed an extension. Yeah.
Did he? Oh, did he? Okay. So he'll stay with
Here's a good
Cincinnati.
Let me see.
here's a good question. Where's Dan Mullen gonna end up?
The coach. He's gonna ESPN's interviewer, something like that. He's gonna be on Sports Center.
I
He
I loved
won.
his
No.
I
I don't
loved
think. I don't think Luke Fickle signed an extension. I think he's still out in the open, actually.
I like Dan Mullen's interview at the halftime interview during the Vanderbilt Florida game, and he's like, "Gotta play better," and awful.
Yeah. If you go to any Miami YouTuber, you know what the newest video is?
What?
What's that?
Miami coaching search. There is no Miami coaching search. They haven't even fired Manny Diaz yet.
I think they will.
I don't think they will because they've gone 5-1 in the past 6 games. I think he's safe for another year.
Mm.
What
There is,
about
but
that Miami kid? That
and
Miami kid Lou absolutely obliterated.
huh?
Do you remember that episode of the Uncle Lou Collins show where Lou pretty much obliterated this kid that was a Miami fan?
That guy, yeah, hiding under his bridge now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, there is no Miami coaching search, and they're all of the Miami fans are talking about it. Second of all, you can't have a coaching search without an athletic director. You can't fire a coach without an athletic director. They don't even have that. So they should be posting videos about athletic director search or what they did at Walmart or something. I mean, just there's no Miami coaching search. Now there is an Oklahoma coaching search. There was a USC coaching search, and there was a LSU coaching search. There is no Miami coaching search.
And there was a Florida coaching search until they
I mean, you heard
until
from Shady. He's been talking about Mario Cristobal coming to Miami for about 5 months now.
yeah, I know.
All right, here's two things. First of all, Mario Cristobal is not going to go to Miami because Miami's not a good enough program to get him. Second of all, Oregon's building. They're building a great program in its own right, so I don't see why he'd leave. Third of all, they're not. Yes, at least I don't think they will.
Hey, Jacob.
What?
I know why your other stream got taken down.
Why?
Because you showed a bit of the game. You showed the game on your phone or whatever you were filming on.
I did, and that's why I decided to. I decided to.
Did it get taken?
It didn't
Did
get
it get
taken.
taken down or did you delete it?
I decided to end it.
I know, but then when I look at my, I save your videos in a playlist, and it says one unavailable video is hidden. I'm assuming it got taken down or you deleted it.
No, it's in private right now. I can unprivate it if I want.
Yeah, you could, but I don't know if
Why
you
do you
want
why
to.
do you why do you put videos in private?
I didn't put it in private. That's what automatically happens when you end the stream.
Oh,
Oh, okay. So if I stream on Saturday, at the end of the stream, I gotta make the video public.
Yeah, the video is gonna go private unless you unprivate it manually.
Yeah, I'll
huh.
unprivate it when I end the stream.
I've showed many games in the past. Streams don't get taken down. I've shown NFL games. They don't get taken. Now, stream, that's a different story. But as long as I'm uploading a video, I think I'm okay.
Maybe it's because it's a live stream.
Yeah, I can't. If I stream an entire game, that's basically just, I don't know. I can't really do that. So I gotta be careful.
I think you guys are probably gonna enjoy me yelling and screaming at the TV on Saturday when I live stream it.
Oh, I gotta post this video. This is a video because I was, I was over at my family's house for Saturday. You probably don't know that.
Don't know
Anyways,
Who's
that.
make who's
point is,
making that clicking noise?
a lot of my is a okay. I'm not doing that, but Will, I think that's you
Yeah, I think
What?
it's Will as well. Are
clicking
you
it.
making this some
Oh,
kind of a clicking noise?
oh, I'm sorry. I was just playing with pieces of my phone.
Yeah. All
Oh,
right. Point is, I have a lot of Alabama fans in my house. We're not in my family. It's most of them are Georgia fans. Some are Alabama fans. But the Alabama fans, they were going crazy, and I mean, they were going crazy during the Iron Bowl. They were so mad. There was this one person who it was my aunt. She's like, "Oh my god!" After they fumbled the snap on the field goal.
I was screaming at the TV myself. Can y'all imagine me screaming at the TV?
Yeah. Now,
I can just imagine you screaming.
and this is no offense to Alabama fans or anything. Some of the Alabama fans of my family and some of the Georgia fans as well, they don't really know a whole lot about football. So all they do is scream and yell at the TV.
No,
They
but
can't.
I'll be screaming at the TV. I'll
They
be
can't.
screaming at the TV on
Some of
Saturday.
them, some of my family, they just Georgia or Alabama fans, they just can't. They don't know They can't analyze games, so they just.
Yeah, Will, you get really passionate in some of your videos. I've noticed.
Huh?
Yeah, my
I'll,
World Series video.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Will gets
Yeah,
really passionate sometimes.
I
yeah,
think
I get ready for the live stream on Saturday because I'm probably gonna scream so loud that I might bust someone's eardrums.
I understand that Brian Kelly left his team before to get an early start in recruiting. That's fine and all that. I don't think you should do it when your team still has a chance to make the playoffs. Because all Notre
Yeah,
Dame is Georgia to win, and they need Michigan, Oklahoma State, or Cincinnati to lose, and Notre Dame makes it in. You should
yeah.
not.
Well,
You should.
I don't know if the committee will do that now that they don't have a coach.
Well, an intern's just going to coach the playoffs. That's just how it's going to work.
Oh, I know, but Notre Dame, somebody has already said that Notre Dame is not going to name an interim.
Well, so they're not going to a bowl game?
They're not going to name an interim coach. Maybe they have somebody in mind. I don't know, but they say that, I've heard that they're not going to name an interim coach.
Okay,
Well, they gotta name someone, or else they're not gonna participate in their game.
if that's the
Yeah.
case, Notre Dame's just selfish. You're telling me that you've had your players work hard all year, go 11-1, get the number 6 ranking in the country, have a shot for you to go to playoffs, and then you just decide to leave them. I don't care if you think that they have a chance or not. You don't do that. If your
He
team
should
works
have
Yeah,
waited till the end of the season to
work
leave.
hard enough to have a chance to make the playoffs, you stay there and then leave.
yeah,
If
yeah. Especially since they do have a shot. That's
true that
kind of wrong.
if that's true that Notre Dame's not going to name a coach and they're not going to make the playoffs, um, because of that, then shame on Notre Dame. That's just selfish.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And let's just be real here. If Notre Dame were to make the playoffs, they're likely going to get blown out. But you got to believe in your players, at least a little bit.
yeah.
and you don't think Brian Kelly does?
Brian Kelly's a good. What'd you ask?
You don't think Brian Kelly does believe in his players?
No, he obviously doesn't, because they have a chance to make the playoffs, and then he just left them. They, and if this was a situation where like a team's not making the playoffs and all they have is a bowl game, okay, I understand. Go ahead and start up on recruiting. If your team has a chance to make the playoffs, though, no, you need to stay. Even a New Year's Six bowl, and I guess leaving for a New Year's Six bowl, and you don't really care that. I guess that's understandable. Lincoln Riley's kind of doing that, but the playoffs, no, you need to stay there.
Yeah,
I don't care. I don't care if you want to
So,
get ahead of recruiting. If your team has a chance to make the playoffs, you stay there.
see, I
And
wonder.
not naming a head coach is even worse. It just shows that Notre Dame is just selfish, and it doesn't make sense.
I know.
I wonder what bowl Florida will be in.
Florida, they're going to be in they're going to be
The
the head.
toilet bowl.
Going to be in the new head coaches bowl.
The toilet bowl.
Yeah,
When do
Florida,
the when do the when do the when do the like the games come out? Like who's in which bowl?
that comes out always after the conference finals, the day after, I think.
Okay. Okay, so Sunday.
Sunday, yeah. And then
What
they have
I
selection Sunday, which 4 teams are going to be in the playoff.
what you're probably going to see, and this is my prediction. I think Georgia's going to beat Alabama. They'll beat one. They'll be one. I think
Right.
Michigan.
right.
I think they're going to put Michigan at 2. Even with a win in the Big 12 title, I still think Cincy's at 3, Oklahoma State 4. Uncle Lou thinks that Cincy, we're going to play Cincy, Cincy will be the 4 seed. I think they'll be 3. That's just, it doesn't matter.
I think Cincinnati will be the 4th place team, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I think they'll be
Yeah,
third
probably fourth.
because Cincinnati's 4th right now, but they're ahead of Oklahoma State. If Alabama were to lose, and I think it's going to be Cincy because they're ahead of Oklahoma State right now. And I think it's unlikely that Oklahoma State, like, they're not going to make a statement versus Baylor. Baylor's a good team. They'll probably beat Baylor by like 7. So that's what I think. And then as for the New Year's Six Bowl, the Sugar Bowl is always SEC versus Big 12. That's going to be Alabama versus Oklahoma. Then you got the Rose Bowl, Big 10 versus Pac 12. That's going to be Ohio State and the winner of the Pac 12 title game, which I can't decide. Uh, I think Oregon's going to have their revenge in this one. I'm going to pick Oregon. So Oregon versus Ohio State in the Rose Bowl. The other 4 teams, and I can't pick matchups because there's no conferences required in this. Ole Miss, 100%, they're going to a New Year's Six Bowl. Notre Dame, 100% is going to a New Year's Six Bowl. Michigan State probably going to go to a New Year's Six Bowl. And then
Alabama most likely will, because I don't think they're beating Georgia.
I already mentioned
Yeah.
how I already
Oh,
said
you did say Alabama? Okay, I didn't hear you.
I already sent Alabama and Oklahoma to the Sugar Bowl, and
Yeah.
Oregon and Ohio State to the Rose Bowl. Really, the winner of the Pac-12 title game, but I think it'll be Oregon. The other 4 teams is 100% Ole Miss, 100% Notre Dame, probably Michigan State, and I think it's going to be the winner of the ACC title game.
Hmm.
So it'll probably be, and
Mm.
I think it's going to win that. So it's probably going to be Pittsburgh, Michigan State, Notre Dame, Ole Miss, and they'll put whoever against whoever versus Ole Miss. That I think that's probably the matchup they'll do because it seems fun. and then Michigan State versus Notre Dame. It just matches play styles. Jeff Webster said that Matt Campbell's going to go to Notre Dame. Then he changed his mind and said no, Matt Campbell's going to go to Oklahoma.
Hey, Webster's in the chat. Nice.
He is?
You said, I thought you said, I thought Webster was in the chat.
No.
No.
Is
Last
anyone in
thing
the
I see
chat?
is, I don't think so. I think it's just us three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Jeff watches my videos, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna watch my live stream on Saturday.
If George is
I'll
losing,
see. I'll
George,
see about watching what you do. What you do stream. When do you think you'll be streaming?
I know I won't because George. I'm going to be watching the Alabama game myself with my family. So
Yeah.
Well,
With
well, the thing is, my parents are gonna head out because they got an event to go to, so I'll
okay.
be home alone and I'll be able to stream it. I'll just stream as soon as I get home from my swimming.
Hmm.
in the game by yourself, that seems bad.
And my
I'll
dog.
I'll see what I can do about coming in and watching you. Will.
I'll show you my bulldog.
Oh, you have a bulldog?
I do, yeah.
Okay. I have three Chihuahua mixes.
You know what's funny is whenever I put my dog to bed, when she's in her room, she starts barking like a chihuahua. It's like that high pitched. But yeah, I'll be streaming it so you can watch. You can watch me either I'm gonna be mad or I'm gonna be very happy.
Yeah.
Actually, I won't be too mad if we lose though.
Oh yeah, 'cause you get another shot at them.
Hey, yo, I'll be
Yeah.
right back, guys. I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, I won't be too mad, but I'll be mad because we didn't beat Bama, but I'll be glad that we're going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
But
Hopefully.
again, yeah, you'll get to see me scream and probably lose my mind a few times.
Yeah. Hopefully not a lot.
No, scream in like a good way, like if Georgia scores a touchdown.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
All right, welcome back.
I'm gonna turn on my camera. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all one of my dogs.
Okay.
Let's see. See?
Aw, aw.
Yeah.
Wait, my bull. Hold on, let me see if my bulldog's really mad.
That's Chico.
Hold on, let me.
Chico is 12 years old.
Wow.
That's my bulldog.
Mhm.
Let me. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I hope that's good.
She's
Mm.
she's 10 years old.
Used to have pets and they died.
We got her from Kentucky.
Okay. Wait. Whoa. Wait. Who's this in the chat?
Here we go.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I think it is, Jacob? I think there's trolls that tell other trolls about you, and then there's more trolls. You know what I mean?
Oh, good lord. Okay. Well, as long as he doesn't say anything crazy, I think he'll be good. But if he says like somebody said in the stream about TK's mom, then I'm gonna have to just hide him.
I'm sorry, but I don't remember what that guy said because when I joined in, I just saw TK. I just heard TK crying.
He well, TK wasn't crying because of that, but he basically made fun of TK's mom having health problems.
He what?
Hold on. I'll be right back again. I gotta let my dog out.
So we hit him on Vic stream.
I'll be back.
Wait, what did he say?
He said something about TK's mom and how he's glad they have health problems or something. I forgot his exact words.
Jeez.
The guy doesn't even know how to spell Georgia sucks, right?
Wait, what? How did he spell it?
No, I'm talking about this new guy in the chat.
Yeah, I know. Oh, let me look at this.
Oh, an emergency
Oh,
alert.
emergency alert.
Amber alert. Oh, Lord. Better
I
watch
got one
out,
on
Will.
my phone.
Better watch out, Will. They're coming for you.
Is it coming in our area?
No, I'm playing.
Yeah, because we live in the same city. Except you live west of me.
Counties is actually in the.
Hey, let me tell you something, Jacob. In my old house, if I didn't move from my old house, I would have gone to the same high school as you.
Wow.
But because I moved, I don't go to. I'm not going. I don't go to Marietta.
I had an Amber alert about 30 minutes ago about this same thing.
Yeah, I got an Amber
About
Alert
what?
too.
About what?
Amber alert 35 minutes ago about the same thing. Now I'm getting an emergency alert on my TV.
About what? I wasn't listening. I was letting my dogs out.
Bartow County. Hopefully that's far away from Marietta.
Yeah, I hope so. Because Neo, I also live in Marietta. Oh, you must have accidentally left.
Wherever Bartow County is, hopefully that's far away from Marietta because I don't want to.
Yeah, because you live in. Well, you live in Cobb, right?
And in a serious note, I hope they find the child.
Oh, is this what? Oh, is it a missing child?
Abduction. Oh, that's 34 minutes away from here. Oh, that's not too far.
Oh God.
Okay, hopefully they don't come here.
Well, hopefully they don't come to my house, or else I'm dead.
Who is Joe? Jake?
Did you just say who's Joe?
Who's Jake?
Joe?
Whoever that is, show your face, because I'm not getting this room taken out for something ridiculous. You show your face, you're in. No, I'm talking about Jake.
Oh,
This guy named Jake in the background, he left.
Huh?
He left right when I told him that he had to show his face.
He left?
I'm new here. Let me in. No, that's not how it works.
No,
You show,
no.
you show your face if you're going to come in here. We're not doing that.
we had to show ours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you're new and I don't know you.
Well, you made me show mine, but I've known you since last year.
Because people impersonate other people. I've
That's
seen.
right. I understand that. That's why I showed mine immediately.
Nah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't let somebody impersonate me.
That's why I forced you to show your face.
How can you stop it, Will?
Yeah. That's not how it
Well,
works,
I
though.
just don't. I don't tell people about my accounts.
And I think I'm about to block him from the stream too because he just joined the stream yard, and then when I told him that he had to show his face, he left.
Well, people can imitate your avatar and everything and try to get in that way.
So I think I'm gonna block him instead because there's a reason why he left right after I told him that he had to show his face. There's a reason.
Hey,
That
do y'all
means he was
see
gonna.
that? Y'all see Uga on the back of my shirt?
What's that? Was that Brick Simmons trying to join?
I don't know.
Wait, what?
That might have been Brick Simmons.
Maybe.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta show your face coming here. You think just because someone named Uncle Lou with his logo in here, I'm gonna let him in?
No.
People impersonate him all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
While ago
Oh,
when I went out,
hey
while
Jacob,
ago when I,
Huh?
your high school is going to be in the swim meet against my high school.
Oh, wow, cool. I guess.
while
I don't know
ago
much
when
about.
I left, while ago when I left, it was
Oh, what is this?
because I pressed the back button instead of the
Twitter CEO tweeted or draws outrage for a past tweet about white people. What is this?
Oh God, racism.
yeah.
Oh, good. Not this. Okay,
See
I'm
that
not even.
that's a problem this day. It's been a
It's
problem
always been a
forever.
problem. Yeah.
Why,
Yeah, it's been a
why,
problem for
why would you tweet anything?
years,
Why would you tweet anything about any race?
and I do not tolerate any racism or any abuse on my channel. None.
Well, you won't get any from me.
No, I know you won't. I know I won't. You're a good person.
I appreciate it.
You too, Jacob.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I hate about StreamYard on my phone? My battery drains like very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it drains on mine too when I'm in somebody's string yard. Yeah.
So what I had to do is I don't have my like own charger cord. So what I have to do is I have to put my phone in this little charging thing where I just put my phone through the little thing and then it's charging. It's kind of a weird thing.
Hmm.
Brick Simmons.
Can't even spell sucks right.
I
I
got a
know.
few comments. I got some comments on my videos that I looked at and I was like, what in the world are these comments? And I was like, and I just thought this is totally unacceptable. I should not be getting these comments.
What was it?
I don't want to talk about it. It was not something really like, I mean, it wasn't inappropriate, but it was like, it was questions about like, oh, what'd you think about this, and that? And I was like, no, I'm not. So I just deleted their comment.
Why?
Hmm.
Were they asking like
Why?
legitimate questions?
Well, I mean, I think one was about World War II and Jewish
No.
people.
What?
I thought they were
I'm
legitimate.
serious.
I
So
thought they
should
were.
I have deleted that or not?
I don't think it matters.
Well,
Well,
I don't know. That's up to you. It's,
for you, I guess.
You can
okay.
ask
Now,
somebody that you can ask somebody who doesn't talk about sports about that, not me.
I'll be right back again. I gotta let my dog back in. I'm sorry. I'll be right back.
World
All
War
right?
II.
Yeah. You know, Uncle Lou's only replied to one of my comments, only one of my comments on his channel.
Yeah, Uncle Lou doesn't reply to many comments besides trolls.
No, one time in the video where it was the year season is over in like 2019, it was after Georgia lost to South Carolina, and somebody said some stupid stuff, some stupid stuff, and Lou was like, "Are you my neighbor?"
You might.
So so he responded to me. It was the stream he did with Mike Vick after on like it was Vick's birthday, and
Does
I
Walton
mentioned,
does Walton have a
huh?
sleep page? Does Walton have a sleep page?
A what?
A sleep page?
A sleep page?
Basically, a lot of high schools are doing it now. It's basically where you go on Instagram and you take pictures during class and then send it to a sleep page so they post it.
Well, you know what's funny is we have an Instagram that has pictures of students falling asleep in class.
Yeah, that's kind
Is that it?
of Marietta's. Yeah, Marietta's.
Is that what it's called? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, sleep page. Yeah,
Oh, so pictures of people sleeping during class.
and videos, kind of stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, we have an Instagram about that.
I figured.
I almost fell asleep at work today.
Huh?
I once fell asleep during lit class, but I was really tired that day.
Yeah,
Since I play football, teachers let me sleep in class.
Jacob, you probably get better sleep than I do because you're a football player.
Yeah, they let me sleep in class. Although I can't do it that much, or else I'm gonna get bad grades.
Huh. Yeah, I fell asleep. Like, I try to avoid falling asleep. Sometimes I have coffee before I go to school, but one time I fell asleep and I was like, "Whoa!" I'm like really falling asleep.
do you ever get a Red Bull or something so you can stay awake?
Yeah, I should have gone to the vending machine. I should have had cash on me.
5 hour energy.
Yeah, yeah, 5 hour. There you go, 5 hour energy. Well, actually,
That
yesterday,
stuff is
I
nasty.
You say that stuff?
so
Five,
basically after school on Monday, I was so tired. I took like an hour nap, and I woke up and I still felt like tired and stuff.
Well, how did you do your homework?
Well,
how can y'all drink?
I
What?
mean, I didn't have too much homework to do that Monday.
How can y'all drink that 5 hour energy stuff?
I don't drink it.
I'm just gonna be
That
honest.
stuff's
I've
that
never had.
stuff's nasty.
Gonna be honest. I've never had a 5 hour energy before.
And I've never had Red Bull either.
Red Bull has a very unique taste to it. The
Yeah, I
original
wonder.
Red Bull.
My parents told me one time they used to have alcoholic energy drinks.
What?
My parents told me that they used to have alcoholic energy drinks, but then they became illegal.
Alcoholic energy drink?
Yes.
That sounds dangerous.
The reason why it was
You,
banned is killing too many people. It wasn't
you know, I
supposed.
always thought Red Bull had alcohol.
It wasn't supposed.
No, it does not.
Well, the
I
same.
don't drink. I don't drink alcohol at all,
So
and no,
You,
Red Bull does not have it.
oh,
since it was killing too many people, my parents told me that they decided to do some science on it. And it was around the same time and same year that they found out about CTE. So they did science on it. They found out that trying to up someone's energy while mixing with alcohol is not a very good combination, which should be pretty obvious.
Yeah,
yeah, that is confirmed.
If you have alcohol, it's like you're already apparently you're already vulnerable, and then you have super high energy. They found out it just makes you more drunk, then it kills you.
Oh,
It was death common? No, probably less than 1% of people who drank it died. But it was just too
I've
high.
I've heard of somebody that died from a caffeine overdose.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's reasonable.
because of that, they decided in 2010 they decided to ban the drink.
It was a 16-year-old too. He just died of a caffeine overdose.
The most popular selling one was a Forzo.
Did you say 16-year-old?
Yes,
My God.
The most
I,
popular alcoholic energy drink was a Forzo, and then so that was banned. It's a pretty deep story.
Sorry.
I mean, the same person I was talking about, TK's mom, was talking about Slim Shady's kid. And Slim Shady said if he actually came up and tried to hit his kid, he'd shoot him. That
What?
sounds, that sounds very deep. But
Jeez.
I don't think he should have said that because he should know that He's not actually gonna hit his kid. I mean, come on now. It's just the internet
No,
troll.
I
You don't
know
have to.
Slim Shady wouldn't do that. You know, I
It's
just found out something, Jacob. Speaking of Slim Shady, the day after you and him got into an argument on Celine Driver's stream, I found out he called in the Lose show the next day and started talking about that. And he mentioned I was telling Jacob and this, and that about Cincinnati and all that stuff.
I was liking.
Yeah,
I was liking
I
what.
was.
I was
I'm
liking.
sorry.
I was. I was gonna say I was liking what I was hearing because he was basically owning up that he was wrong and I was right.
Yeah, I remember some Shady talking about having an argument with Jacob. I do remember that.
He was talking crazy stuff, so he was basically owning up to him, saying he was wrong. He said Miami would curb stomp Cincinnati. They had 5 losses in the ACC, 6 losses. Yeah, he said 7-6 in the ACC. He was just saying these crazy things, and then he owned up to it. Now, I think he could have actually had a legitimate argument if he weren't to say those crazy stuff. Like saying Miami would beat Cincinnati. I mean, like, come on now, come on, just stop. Just stop. If it wasn't for those crazy statements, I think we would have had an actual legitimate argument, and no one would really be embarrassed. And really, during the chat, that no one was embarrassed. It was a legitimate argument. They started saying these crazy things, so the chat went off on him and made him look like a fool.
Hmm.
And I think it
Well,
was,
Jacob, you've already been on an hour.
huh?
I said you've already been on an hour.
Yeah, over an hour. That's
Yeah.
right. Oh, what's this? Michigan school shooting. Oh my God.
Wait, Neo, can you hear? Oh, okay.
Apparently, there's a Michigan school shooting.
Well, I remember Celine Driver's stream, and while I was in there, Slim Shady kept telling you, "Where's your evidence that Miami is a 6-7 win program?"
I told him the past 15 years.
And he's like, "And Georgia did the same thing. So what's
I
your
told him
point?
that.
Alabama's done the same thing."
I told him that Georgia in the past 15 years has been way more successful than Miami. It's not close.
Oh, but
Or
even though Miami won that national,
Miami's not been a natty in the past 15 years. That's the whole point. They haven't won a conference title in the past 15 years. They've won their division once in the ACC, the Coastal. Georgia won the SEC East the past 15 years. Let me count. One, two, three, about to be six. Six times. They've won the East in the past 15 years. Miami's won the Coastal, the ACC Coastal, once. If Georgia's in the ACC Coastal, they would have won it all 15 times.
Who
you
did
remember
win the
when
case?
remember when
What?
Missouri won the East?
Twice in a row, actually.
They went up against Auburn.
Gary Pinkel is a legendary coach.
But I
Who
gotta
has won
say,
the
What?
Who has won the ACC Coastal when Miami has it?
Who's won the Coastal? Miami has that. I mean, it's just random teams. See Virginia.
Yeah.
probably Duke.
Duke is
Duke?
Duke has actually won the Coastal once in the past 15
Yeah,
years.
and they went up in the against Florida State in the 2013 AC title game and got absolutely run off the field.
Well, I mean, it's Duke.
Yeah, and then they
I,
didn't make it to a bowl game until like
I,
2015 or
I
2016.
have no idea why Duke fired their coach. They've
Oh,
won the
Cutcliffe?
he's won the division twice.
Well, it was just time to move on.
Why was it time to move on? Duke should
He's
expect
been there since like 2008 or
Duke
2006.
Duke should expect that.
He's been there for a long time.
It doesn't matter. He was overachieving at Duke.
I know, but I think Duke's just not doing good. I mean, what they finished dead
Well,
last in the
okay,
Coastal.
so if you're a Duke fan, which you support in basketball, do you really have what expectations do you have for them in football? What's your expectation?
Honestly, I just hope they can at least win. I just hope they can like not finish dead last in the Coastal,
Exactly.
and they did this year.
He was overachieving. Point is, I think he should be fired. Um, yeah, the teams have won the East in the past 15 years. Uh, 2007. All right, so Tennessee in 2007. Yeah, so next year we can say that Tennessee doesn't have any SEC East titles in the past 15 years, but because Georgia choked the 2007 title at the beginning of the season, and they're clearly the best team, Tennessee won it. So Tennessee, then Florida, Florida again, South Carolina, Georgia, Georgia, Missouri, Missouri, Florida, Florida, Georgia, 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 Florida, Georgia.
How many SEC titles has Georgia won?
Once. One time in the past 15 years. Three times in the past 20 years.
That once was in 2017, right?
Yeah, where we beat the living heck out of Auburn.
And if you want to go back 20 years, then Georgia has three SEC titles and eight division titles.
Hmm.
But if you also go back 20 years, you have to say that Miami won a natty, so it's kind of a lose-lose.
Yeah.
I got the
You go,
1980 vibes in here right now.
yeah. If you go back about 40 years, Georgia won a national title.
And
Yeah,
Miami,
we got
Miami,
1980 vibes.
Miami's won five. So that's a losing argument. Yeah, you got to be more. But I mean, look, I think Georgia's going to do it this year. If Georgia somehow doesn't do it this year, then I just don't know what to do. I seriously don't.
I'll be disappointed.
I'll be more than disappointed. I'll be heartbroken.
Oh yeah,
I'll
I'll be
be
disappointed, heartbroken. More
and
heartbroken than in
not,
2018.
not once in a halftime report or post game has any Georgia fan on YouTube that has any sense been mad.
Now,
Well,
I just want
whatever
to
y'all
be.
do, if Georgia loses, if Georgia does lose, y'all don't go hiding and and not show yourself in these streams or anything like that.
Yeah.
No, no, I'll show myself if Georgia were to lose the natty.
And Brian Kelly, in his introduction to LSU, all he said was, "My name is Brian Kelly. I'm your new football coach." To walk out.
That can't be true.
Now later he came back and said other stuff, but that's all he said in his true introduction.
Wow.
What the heck?
My name is Brian Kelly. I'm your new football coach.
I wonder what Kirby Smart's first word to the Georgia football players were.
Now he came back and said other stuff because you can't just leave it on that, can you?
I wonder what
Like,
Kirby Smart's first words to the Georgia players were.
Where Riley, speaking of Lincoln Riley, here's the huge way he might build his program. I think he can build his program by getting transferred from Oklahoma. That might happen.
I remember when Nick Saban was first introduced to as Alabama's head coach. One of the first things he said, he was talking about winning. He's saying my standards are probably higher than yours. He was telling the media and everybody. He said uh, he said my goal is for us to win every game we play, and for other teams to be saying stuff like I really hate playing those guys.
At first, I didn't understand why Brian Kelly released Notre Dame to FSU. Thinking about it more, I think it's an upgrade. Because look, Brian Kelly, we know what he wants. He wants a natty. Let's just be honest for a second. And
Look,
honestly, I do think he'll pose more of a threat to Nick Saban in the Alabama LSU rivalry than Les Miles or Ed Ordron ever did. Now, is he gonna? Now, am I saying that he's gonna have a winning record versus Nick Saban? He's gonna dominate? No, but he's gonna pose more of a threat.
anybody is an upgrade over Ed Orgeron. I
Unless
mean
my
that guy really doesn't know how to coach.
yeah, Ed Ordron, I think he's a good coach. Just didn't
Well,
work
but
out.
2019 he did know how to coach.
Okay, I don't think that was Ed Orgeron. I think that was Joe Brady and Joe Burrow.
Well, Ed Orgeron was involved.
Well, yeah, but they won because of the Joe Brady who was brought in as a what was he brought in? Quarterbacks coach, I think, or something like that.
But
And Joe Burrow, of course.
we had a discussion about this. I would have kept Ed Ordron. Now, if I knew that LSU was going to hire Brian Kelly, then no. But just on the instant decision, I would have kept Ed Orgeron.
I'm
Well,
going to ask y'all a question. Go
Oh yeah.
ahead, Will.
So if they were gonna hire,
I just remember the morning I woke up after the 2018 national title. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
you know what happened on the morning of my national title?
What?
Next morning, I was sleeping. You know why?
Why?
Because I couldn't sleep after the game.
Yeah, me neither. That night I was literally like, oh my God, is Georgia going to win it or are they going to blow it and Alabama's going to win it? I wake up, I look at my phone, Alabama defeats Georgia to win the national championship, and I'm like, you got to be
Full game.
kidding me.
You didn't watch the full game?
No, I went to bed. I was in middle school, man.
I
I
was
Yeah,
was in
watching.
they
I watched the full game.
I was in sixth
George
grade.
Jacob is younger than you are, Will.
Yeah,
Yeah, Jacob's in what, eighth grade?
I was in fourth grade during the game. I stayed up for the whole game. Why couldn't you do it?
Well, cause I wasn't back then. I didn't really stay up late. Now this time, if Georgia makes it to the night, I will stay up and watch it.
I stayed up for the entire Super Bowl between Atlanta and New England.
Oh, I saw that. Yo, ugh.
Yeah.
But you know what else I stood up for? The Super Bowl 52.
The first college football season I really paid attention to was 2012.
The first one I really paid attention to. Well, I remember watching a bit of the Georgia Tech game in 2015. 2016, I don't really remember much. And 2017 is when I really started getting into Georgia football.
Well, I'm talking about when I just started watching it.
Yeah, I occasionally watched Georgia games back in like 2013, 2014. But when I really got into Georgia football, it was the year we made it to the
I'd
Natty.
say really understanding Georgia football, I'd say 2016 and a little bit more in 2017. That's when I really started to understand Georgia football. Before then, it was just me watching Georgia games. Don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, that was me too. Well, what was your question, Neo?
Um,
Oh yeah. Well, since
I
Neil,
can't I
go.
can't remember now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We
It's
should ask.
okay.
Oh, Neil, what was your first season of watching football?
My first season of watching football,
Yeah.
probably I was already older than y'all when I first started watching it.
I,
I was, let's see, let me think about that a minute.
yeah.
Probably, probably around 83 or 84 somewhere. Well, I did watch it when, okay, I take that back because I did watch it when Bear Bryant was coaching too a little bit.
Okay. So
Back,
did,
probably back in the early 80s.
did you see the 78 and 79 national titles?
I remember it being well, yeah, I remember them winning, but I don't think I really cared that much about it back then.
Okay.
Well, I'm actually gonna hop on off because I got school tomorrow. So I'll see you later.
All right, well,
See
you
you,
have a good
Neo.
night.
See you,
Yeah,
Will.
have a good night.
Yeah. It's gonna be a great weekend of college football.
It's going to be what?
A great weekend of college football.
Yeah, yeah. These these conference championships. Yeah.
Yeah. I still can't get over that Celine chooses to watch the Sun Belt Championship over the SEC title. I mean, like, come on. I know that Billy Napier is coming to Florida, but like, come on now. I thought when he initially said it, I was like, okay, the Sun. Well, since the SEC is at 4, the Sun Belt title's probably at like 12 or something. I look up the Sun Belt title's at 3:30, right when the SEC title starts at 4. So I'm like, oh, but I was like, oh my god, he's about to watch this game during the SEC title.
Hmm.
I guess does he not care about any other activity in the SEC outside of Florida?
I guess not.
Or maybe it's that he hates Georgia and Alabama so much he can't stand to watch them.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell with Tulane.
Jeff Webster said the same thing about Georgia. He said he can't stand watching Georgia because he hates them so much because he knows that they're going to beat Alabama.
Yeah,
Say he hasn't watched Georgia all year. That's hard to believe. But
Jeff Webster can't stand Georgia fans.
yeah, he said that, and oh yeah, Ballard. He just completely gave up on Alabama from the start.
Yeah, that was kind of hard to figure out sometimes.
Yeah, I believed in Georgia from the start. I said preseason they were winning the Natty, going 15-0. Well, look what happened.
Yeah, well, no, they haven't won it yet, Jacob.
Now I'm not going to come up on this channel and say next year with a straight face that Georgia's going 15-0 again. That just doesn't happen.
Hmm.
It doesn't. You don't go 15-0 2 years in a row.
Yeah,
That doesn't happen.
yeah, that would be something, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'd be shocked. Somebody's going to get Georgia next year. It's just going to happen.
Yeah,
Now Georgia might go 12-0, but they won't go 15-0.
Georgia will still be good next year, but they're gonna have a drop off.
Yeah,
They're
teams.
gonna drop off. They're gonna drop off a little bit too.
Yeah, that's sound like.
Aren't y'all losing a lot of defensive players?
Yeah, but I kind of feel like Kirby's defense is always going to be good. I think it'd be a different story if we were losing a bunch of offensive players.
Hmm.
Another another emergency alert. My goodness. Two in a.
Yeah, I'm hearing it.
You're hearing it?
Yeah, I'm hearing yours. Yeah.
You don't have it?
Oh, I disabled my Amber Alerts and stuff like that. I disabled them because I was getting tired of it. Because it's nothing I even cared about. So I just
Disable emergency alerts on the TV.
oh on the TV. Okay, I thought you were talking about Amber Alert or something on your phone. Um, do you know you can disable the Amber Alerts on your phone?
Yeah, I'm turning the TV off. I don't want to hear I'm sorry, but I don't want to hear that. Because I already heard it 20 minutes ago. It's the same message.
Oh,
So I cut the TV off.
did you know you can
It's what?
disable the Amber Alerts on your phone?
I hear Amber Alerts on my phone, but
No,
I
did you know you can disable them?
no, I didn't know that.
I forgot how you do it, but there's a way to do it.
TV though, you can't disable it, can you?
No, no, of course not. But the Amber Alerts on your phone, yeah, you can disable them.
Yeah, I haven't done it, but because of no reason, because 95% of the Amber Alerts happen when I'm sleeping. So
Oh, okay.
this is just happens to be one of the 5% times that happens when I'm awake. This seems to be pretty serious though. They've aired this 2 times in the past 20 minutes.
What is it?
Somebody a child abduction. It
Oh,
seems more serious this time than the other times. I don't like Amber Alerts, but I really feel bad for the child being abducted.
yeah.
I'm gonna learn more about this Amber Alert. See what's going on. Missing 2-year-old in Bartow County, which is 34 minutes away from here. I don't know if that's far enough away. I hope I'll be okay.
I just don't understand why somebody would want to do something to a child.
Yeah. The missing child is the suspect is 6'7".
Oh my God, that's tall.
not many people that want to walk up to that.
How
How
tall are you?
5'5"?
5'5". Okay.
How are you 6'7" but 193 pounds?
What?
Yeah, that's what the suspect is. 6'7", 193 pounds.
Okay, that's probably kind of skinny.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 5 foot.
What?
I'm between 5'10" and 5'11",
Yeah.
and I weigh 180, around 180 pounds.
All I look at the guy from his description that he's a big is that he's a what is it? What am I gonna say? He's a I'm just gonna call him. He's an animal. That's all I see from his description. Taking a
A
child.
what?
I said all I see from his description is that he's an animal. Taking a
Hmm.
missing child. My God. He better
I
be
just wonder. I wonder what possesses people to do that.
just sick. I hope he gets found. And I hope the child is found safe.
Yeah,
But the problem with Amber Alerts is there's nothing I can do to save him.
I know.
I mean, they try to give descriptions and stuff, but it just like there's nothing I can do to help that.
Yeah,
Like, I can't and I don't have a license. I can't go out and drive to try to find him because I can't go and find a rent. I can't just like if I think someone is 6'7", I can't just like assume that he's the person. So it's just really hard.
yeah.
There's a
Well,
statistic though that 17% of Amber Alerts are actually found by someone who received it or something or information. So there's that.
yeah.
All right, yeah, let's get off this conversation. This isn't a very good conversation.
No, it's not. What's your favorite movie, Jacob?
My favorite movie?
Yeah.
I like Remember the Titans.
That's a good one.
It's a
I
really
like that one a lot too.
yeah, just great
Has a
story.
good has a good message to it too.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah, I do too.
What's your
I
favorite
don't
movie?
know. I don't know if I can name a favorite. I guess my favorite series is Star Wars.
Star Wars. Wow, yeah,
Yeah,
that's nice.
I like the Marvel movies too. Do you ever watch the Marvel movies?
Huh?
Any of the Marvel movies? Do you ever watch those?
What movie? What'd you say?
Marvel, Marvel. You
Marvel.
know, superhero, the
Oh, I've seen it.
the Avengers, that kind of thing, and Spider Man,
Yeah,
whatever. Do you ever watch those?
yeah, I've watched those.
Yeah, I like those a lot.
Yeah. And I really,
What you took?
I
Go
saw,
ahead.
I saw. I really wish that Salim was on today because I have to ask him why in the world he wants Charlie Strong as Flores head coach, or why he did want him. I just don't understand.
Charlie Strong used to be at Florida, right?
Yeah, he was a defensive coordinator, which I don't want to say he was carried by talent, but that kind of led the way. And then he decided that, well, he didn't. Well, he decided to go out and destroy Texas and USF, two good programs, and then he goes
He
over
worked. He worked for Nick Saban for about a year, I think.
Celine's ideas. Yeah, let's give him a third shot. Well, no, not a very good idea. But Celine should just be happy that they hired a new coach. To be honest,
Yeah. I wonder how he feels about Billy Napier.
which I think Billy Napier is a good coach. I think Brian Kelly was a great hire. I think Lincoln Riley is a great hire. There's not really a
Yeah.
hire that I'm questioning right now. Like
Yeah.
last year, I questioned the Brian Harson hire. I was like, I don't know about that.
Hmm. I didn't know anything about Brian Harson.
Brian Harson basically made the Boise State program a lot worse than it used to be.
Yeah,
It was still successful, but it was kind of an off-brand version of what Boise State was in the 2000s. It
yeah.
was
You mean when what's his name was coaching? Um,
Chris
was
Peterson.
Chris Peterson? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he used to be at Washington, but they fired him. And I think he's a good coach. It just didn't work out for some reason.
And what in the world happened to Chip Kelly? Chip Kelly did so good when he was at Oregon, and when he went to UCLA, he kind of bombed.
Not really. UCLA's gotten a lot better, and they
Yeah,
improved.
those first couple of years were awful.
Yeah, but now UCLA is a good team, and they're on the rise. It seems like now if USC hiring Lincoln Riley, yeah, good luck. But it seems like, but I mean, I think UCLA will be good again. I really do. I
Hmm.
think probably going to be a top 25 team next year. I don't think they'll be a natty contender. They probably won't even win the Pac-12, but I do think they're going to be a top 25 team next year.
Do you?
I think they're going to be like that wild card team, kind of like Ole Miss was this year, or we expected them to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think so. But yeah, I haven't. There hasn't been really a questionable hire yet this year, at least from the big jobs.
Do you think Lane Kiffin is going anywhere else?
I think he will. And usually I don't like to say this about coaches because it never usually happens, but Lane Kiffin has convinced me enough to where I think he will.
Lane Kiffin is a character.
It just doesn't seem like Ole Miss is right. It doesn't seem like he wants to stay there long term. And now that Matt Corral is gone, there's really no point in staying there.
I just got a notification. Ballard has a video saying "Don't" or saying "Georgia fans, hear me out."
Yeah, I'm not watching that. It's just it's something ridiculous. Like I don't know. I'm not watching that
Yeah,
because it's just like in those types of videos. This used to be my problem too. It's not a serious video, and it's just gonna say something crazy. I think
there's no telling.
it's about the fifth, and another thing too. It's about the fifth video he's made about Georgia fans this week. Post something about the game. Analyze the game. Stop making videos about Georgia fans. Do people want me to make a video about Alabama fans and me point out all the stuff about them? Because Ballard would be the first thing I point out. Yeah.
Ballard and O'Neal here, huh?
Yeah. Well, there's nothing really I can say about you. I mean, you. But Ballard, I mean, he wants to be a sportscaster. Um, but to be a sportscaster, you can't get emotional about games like he did versus A&M,
I
LSU.
told him that too. Actually told him that.
And if you want to be a sportscaster, then you got to be neutral.
Yeah.
You can't cheer for Alabama and be a sportscaster.
Well, you can quietly, but you can't be talking about it.
You can't. Like his reaction to the A&M game, he can't do that as
No, no.
a sportscaster. That's what I'm saying.
Can you just see one of those sportscasters saying, Bryce Young, they just need to bench him.
The most he can do as a sportscaster is the limit you can do as a sportscaster when it comes to cheering a team is what Kirk Herbstreit does to Ohio State.
Yeah.
He does a lot, but he just not enough to push it to the limit.
Let me ask you something, Jacob. Do you ever watch the YouTuber um, Josh Pate doing something called the late kick?
Yeah, I've seen him.
Yeah. What do you think about him?
I think you said Josh Pate.
Yes,
Oh no, I thought you were talking about someone else. No,
he does something called the late kick.
late kick. I haven't heard of him.
Yeah, look it up sometime. Go watch
Is he good?
one of his. He is pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, hey, let's just be honest for a second. My point about Kirk Herbstreit, he cheers a lot for Ohio State. And he shows it every time he's on the analyst because he's biased to them a lot, way too
Mm,
much. But it's just not enough where he can actually get into trouble with his job.
yeah.
Ballard can,
Ballard. Yeah.
but going crazy about the last second field goal versus A&M, that's going to get you in some trouble with your job.
Yeah. It would.
Because you just can't do that as a sportscaster.
I don't see. Please don't tell Ballard I ever said this, but I just don't see him being. I just can't see him being successful at being a sportscaster.
And Jeff said the same thing in one of the background streams. Not background streams. Backroom streams.
And if anybody's listening to this, I may be in trouble.
Ballard
or
doesn't.
if you, or if you say something,
Oh, Ballard's in the comment section.
huh?
I said Ballard's in the comment section.
Oh, is he?
No.
He is not. He is not.
No, he's
The
not.
last thing on there is Brick Simmons, 52-7, Alabama.
Oh, 52. Oh, well, he's not here anymore.
No, no, that was a long time ago.
Some comment.
You starting another stream?
No, I accidentally clicked the count on the timer.
Mm,
Oh yeah, my Georgia versus Alabama hype video. I need to release that tomorrow morning. Oh, is it good? I don't really want to share it too much with people because I want it to be a surprise. But
mm. That Rick Simmons, the guy that came in here, he was just trouble. I could tell.
Rick Simmons.
Do you know him?
No, I don't know him, but I've seen him a lot troll.
Because he says you talking trash, meet me on the street and fight.
Maybe I should block him.
The rest of it's kind of harmless, but that comment there, yeah, little questionable.
Yeah. Yes. If he comes in here and says that again, I think I'm gonna have to time him out. You know, It feels a lot later than it actually is. So I've been on here for so long. I wonder if
Well,
Val.
your
Oh,
time it's almost 11 o'clock, isn't it?
dog fans here.
Huh?
Oh, oh, I see. The dog fans here. Yeah, Alabama. No, 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 no. I'm not watching that because he's gonna say something crazy. So I don't even need to waste my time.
I don't know. I'm curious. When I get to talking to you, I'll probably go over there and watch it.
Yeah, I just.
So anyway,
So upload.
yeah.
Oh, Sea Dog uploaded a video. UGA Hate Week, and he's wearing an Alabama hat. Oh Lord.
That's Sea Dog.
Yep.
He does that.
He's the only person that treats Georgia and Georgia Tech like a rivalry. No one, no one else takes the game seriously. Not even Georgia fans. I don't take the game seriously.
Hmm.
We should get them
Sea
off.
Dog does.
Huh?
Sea Dog does.
We should get them off the schedule. It wastes one of our games for an FCS school. I want to play better teams. Especially when we go to a nine, and that's not an insult. That's just the truth. Especially when we go to a 9-game schedule. Especially, I don't want to play Georgia Tech with a 9-game schedule, SEC schedule, because then we only got two non-con games. And guess what? Those two non-con games are going to be FCS teams. So we need to get Georgia Tech off our schedule.
Yeah.
At least that's right. I'm not going to watch the
I,
game. I'm going to comment on it.
I wish Alabama would stop. I wish Alabama's non-con games would stop being these teams that these FCS teams.
Yeah, well,
I mean, that's, Alabama does that. It's kind of embarrassing.
Jeff Webster came up with a rule that I like. He said one FCS slash non-Power 5 team a year. That's it.
Yeah, because he gave. I was listening to that. He gave a reason being that because those schools make a lot of money and it helps their programs.
You need one. You don't need two.
Yeah, I agree.
Other than that, the rest of your non-con schedule should be Power 5 teams. Now, the problem with that is that wears teams down.
Yeah, maybe not Power Five necessarily, but at least FBS. Don't go to FCS.
Yeah. Yeah, one FCS team a year.
Yeah,
At least a group of
but
5.
the
A
group of five is okay as long as it's a yeah, group of fives are okay.
I'm okay with group of 5, especially if it's one of the better group of 5 teams. I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
F,
like Cincinnati or UCF or somewhere like that. Yeah,
even if it's a bad group of 5 team, you're still scheduling an FBS opponent. I'm okay with that.
yeah.
FCS, though, you just need to get rid of those games. I mean, and I don't mean get rid of it as like 0 games, but you need to just lessen them.
I mean, Alabama schedules teams like UT Chattanooga, UT Martin. You know,
Yeah, like those.
uh,
None of those teams are Power 5 teams.
right? I know.
You can't have those teams on your schedule. I wouldn't allow it.
It's embarrassing
It's embarrassing.
to me. I mean, I'm an Alabama fan, so it's embarrassing that they
I,
they need somebody at least a little bit challenge them a little bit.
yeah, Alabama and they played Miami. So who was their other non-con game?
This past year, let's see, they played. Yeah,
Oh,
of course, Miami's a. But let's see, who was it?
I'll say they played Mercer, Southern Miss, and
Mercer. Yeah, that they should never have played Mercer.
they only played
Uh,
they only played one FCS school. Okay, that's fine.
well, what about um, who was it they played there?
Georgia. Wait a minute. Alabama's number 4 in the AP poll rankings. They put Cincinnati over them. Interesting. AP doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
yeah, I noticed that.
AP doesn't matter, but still.
Let me think. Seems like Alabama played another FCS team this year, didn't they? Let me try to bring up their schedule.
I look up Alabama, and the first thing I see is the Las Vegas Raiders sign another former Alabama player. Let's see who it is. Trent Sage. Carson Tinker. Interesting.
Let's see. They played Miami, Mercer,
Mercer, it was
Sou-
Southern Miss.
Southern Miss. Southern Miss. Is that a group of five?
Yeah, and then New Mexico State. Okay, they only played one FCS school. That's
New
okay.
Mexico State. That's the one I was trying to think
That's
of.
okay then. You only played one FCS school.
Is New Mexico State a group of five?
Yep, they are. The worst group of
I
five
did. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
in the world. I look up Alabama's schedule and it goes all the way back to 2017.
I just looked up the 2021 schedule.
I did too. It's just like, yeah. Do you think, all right, if you had to give percentages in a way, what would be Alabama's percent chance to beat Georgia?
At 20%.
Yeah, Georgia's gonna win. And the thing about Georgia's, I know it's just these 4 teams and 6 teams left. I think I'm just gonna cheer for Georgia the rest of the way.
Well, I will always give you an honest opinion. I'm not just going to boost up Alabama by saying, yeah, Alabama's going to win by 50. I'm not the type to do
What I'm saying
that.
though, I just think that out of these teams, I think I'm just gonna cheer for Georgia the rest of the way. That's what I'm saying.
Well, of course you are.
Yeah. It was a joke there. Some Alabama fans like this Brick Simmons fool actually does think Alabama will win by 50. 52 to
Well,
52 to 7, I mean, good lord.
yeah, that's, no, he's just being a troll. Uh, what was I going to say?
No way is anyone scoring 52 on Georgia's defense. Come on.
No, no, no.
And I don't think we'll be held to 7 either.
Not even Ohio State would score 50 up to 52 on y'all.
Ohio State will not score 50 on us.
No, it would.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was saying. Not even Ohio State would do that.
Alabama's offense last year, LSU's 2019 offense, wouldn't score 50 on Georgia. No one would.
No, I don't think so either.
Now, those offenses might get to 30, or they might stay in the 20s, but they're not getting to 50.
Yeah.
No, that's actually a good game, though. Those teams did play.
I keep on hearing a lot of noise on your end. What are you doing?
Noise?
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of loud noise on your side. What are you doing over there? Are you doing something while you're talking?
No, not really.
Are you
I'm,
moving around a lot?
I'm moving around a little
I think I'm hearing it every time you move.
bit. Yeah.
I'm hearing.
I think that might be my phone.
Oh,
Oh, Will Thorogood upgrades his Georgia profile. Oh. Ah, wow, wow, wow. Yeah, Uncle Louis is a call-in show tomorrow.
huh?
Uncle Louis is a call-in show tomorrow.
This tomorrow, Thursday. Yeah.
If I'm just being 100% honest, I only enjoy the call-in show when someone, what an idiot, calls in. like, I like the good conversations, and I think it brings up good ideas, and I enjoy that a little bit. But I'm there. But let's just be honest. I'm there for someone who's ridiculous to call in and make a ridiculous statement.
Yeah.
Yeah, one guy who's like that college football is run by politicians, and now it's political and all that.
Jacob, I can remember. I can remember a few years ago, several years ago, when maybe it was 2 or 3 years ago, when first time I ever remember talking to you on Lou's stream. You know how at the end of the stream, I think we've done this more than once. At the end of the stream, you know how somebody go when the stream's over, somebody go last, and then somebody else to go last, and trying to be the last one to make a
Yeah,
comment.
yeah, last. Oh yeah, I remember doing that. That wasn't. We did that recently.
We did that recently, but I remember the first time I ever talked to you. First time I ever talked to you was kind of doing that right there. And
Yeah,
I you may not, you probably don't remember this.
yeah,
You were a little younger, like maybe
yeah.
10 or 9 or something like that.
I think my favorite call of all time in the Uncle Con show, and I don't think it's close. Maybe it is close. Got to be the 12-year-old Miami fan. He called in and said that Miami will beat the smack out of Georgia or something. I think that's what he said. It said Miami will whip the smack out of Georgia. And Uncle Lou said, "Past your bedtime."
Yeah.
Second favorite of all time might be the Lance and Jasper call. In fact, that might be my favorite.
Which one?
Lance and Jasper.
Oh,
Lance and Jasper.
I've
He's
I've heard of I've heard a lot about him, but I've never heard him.
probably the biggest idiot of the practice show. He's like Lance and Jasper. I heard there's a big problem. He said, I heard there's a little bit of a problem over here. he said, Uncle Lou said, hello back. And Uncle Lou's like, well, what's the problem? And then Uncle Joshua said, well, I think that Florida is a bad team. And this was right after 2017 season. So Uncle said, are they not, sir? They won 4 games. And that's what Joshua said. Maybe I should play the call right now. I will say this.
Hmm.
It's probably the most amount of time Uncle Lou's ever spent with an idiot. Usually he hangs up early, but he decided to stay with him. Actually, I think. Do you want to hear the call?
Uh, how long is it?
Huh?
How long is the call?
You said yes.
No, how long is the call?
Uh,
What's
it's
what's the length of the call?
it's 13 minutes. We don't have to listen to all 13 of it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to listen to all 13 minutes, but I'll listen to a little bit.
Okay.
What's the problem? Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou, also.
All right. Yeah, we got it. Right next to the mic.
Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou, also, and 2.
Lance Jasper. What seems to be the problem?
Well, what's the problem?
I don't know. I mean, you tell me. You seem to think Florida's a long way from catching up with Georgia.
Am I wrong? I mean, has Florida? I mean, how many games they win last year? 4. How far away from that is 13, sir?
How many wins did y'all have before that? You had a 7-5 season before you had your year you had last year.
8-5, sir. 8-5. When you win 7 games, you're eligible for a bowl game. When you win 4, you aren't, sir. So we were 8-5 the year before that. And don't act like last year was an anomaly for Florida. You've had 2 4-win seasons in the last 5 years, buddy.
Keep it real.
I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it 100, son.
Listen to my point. I mean, even Jim McElwain had a winning record against Georgia. I mean, you're making no damn sense. There's a lot of similarities to your damn Georgia team to this Florida team this year from last year. If you didn't have your hands so far up, hunker down with your damn dog, I mean, the way you lost that national championship last year, I'd rather go 4-7 every year than lose like that.
You may get your wish. Hey, what? You may get your wish, sir. You guys are starting. You guys changed coaches like Tennessee. Florida is the new Tennessee. Welcome to Swampy Top. Welcome to Swampy Top. We're the new Tennessee. You got more coaches than you do wins in big games over the last 10 years, sir.
Last 10 years. I mean, at least we got a national championship in the last 10 years. That's more than you can say about your damn program.
Did a national championship in 2008 help you win 4 games this year? Did a national title 10 years ago help you win 4 games this year, sir?
You're the one talking about the past, son. I'm just letting you know, if you're going to go 10 years back, I mean, at least we got a national title. You're talking about 1980. You ain't done nothing yet.
I'm not talking about 1980, son. I'm not talking about 19. I'm talking about now. How about 2017? 42-7, son. Listen, we beat Florida and Dan Mullen by a combined 73-10, son. 73-10 combined score. Georgia against Dan Mullen in Florida.
That makes no damn sense. It makes perfect sense. What's the difference in going 75 and 4-7? It's a bad year out of place like Georgia or Florida. Keep it real on your damn show, son. Don't act like 7 and 4 something to get your damn pom-poms out about. Just like your second place finish ain't nothing to get your pom-poms out about. You faced Auburn, but when you played the SEC to finish out, you got your ass whipped, son. Ass whipped? We got our ass whipped by 3 points in overtime, sir. You played Alabama twice in a row in the SEC championship game in 15 and 16, and you had a total of 0 rushing yards, Lance. 0 rushing yards in 2 years combined against Alabama in 2 blowout losses. Georgia lost by 3 on a miracle Hail Mary in overtime, son. If you don't see the difference in that, then you're stupider than I thought you were. Kind of like that Hail Mary y'all gave up against Tennessee. Speaking of floppy top, son. But let me tell you, the way you lost that game, Kirby Smart, supposed to be a defensive genius, a defensive mind, the defense you had all year, to lose that game that way, you know it and I know it. That was a fucking joke job. And Jim McElwain is supposed to be an offensive genius, and he averaged 22 points a game at Florida and had 0 rushing yards against Alabama. You have 2 4-win seasons in the last 5 years. Breaking news, it ain't your coach, son, it's your program. It ain't your coach, it's your program. Quit acting like a Tennessee fan and blaming every damn coach you've ever had, man. Just accept reality. You've been better than Georgia in 2 out of 9 decades, son. You're a little brother program in your own state. You're Georgia's little brother. We own you. We're going to continue to own you. Congratulations on being better than Georgia in the 90s and the 2000s. You've been better than Georgia in 2 decades out of 11, son. We've dominated you since 1906, and it ain't changing. 1906? What the fuck are you talking about, son? That's when you started playing. Florida started playing football in 1906, sir. Congratulations on being better than Georgia in 2 decades out of the last 11. I was born in 1986. Get caught up with the time. Damn, son. 1906? Are you fucking kidding me? Did you not know that's when Florida started playing football, sir? Do I need to educate you, sir? What do you want to talk about? You don't want to talk about 2017. You don't want to talk about 2008. You don't want to talk about 1980. You don't want to talk about 1906. You don't want to talk about 2018. Who's your starting quarterback going to be, Lance? Educate us, son. Educate us. Who's going to be Florida's starting quarterback this year? Listen to me. You ain't making much sense, son. I see your little nice setup in your background. It looks like a fireplace with a bunch of damn bricks hang out, like Georgia fans. But I'm gonna tell you, you're talking about the past. You can go into this year. I don't think you realize what Dan Mullen's done in his short time at Florida because you're a damn homer. To steal Emory Jones from Urban Meyer, to steal Jacob Copeland from Nick Saban. That tells you, man, he's on the recruiting trail, and it ain't gonna take 5 years to turn it around because the state of Florida has the best high school talent in America. Yeah, and it's all going to Miami, Florida State. Lance, you're the 6th best team in Florida.
Okay.
You are the 6th best team in your own state, buddy.
You want to keep listening or no? You're done.
Huh?
I asked you if you want to keep listening to it or you're done.
I'm done.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think you know where the conversation was going. So,
Yeah.
I mean, the guy I just. The guy was acting. He was talking about I don't know. It was like 1906. And then I was like, did you not know that Florida started playing football in 1906?
Uh,
I mean, yeah. Look.
do you ever listen to these people who call in and the people you don't know
The
and wonder what they look like?
The one good comeback I think he had is when Uncle Lou started talking about the last 10 years. He's like, we got a national championship. That was the one good statement he had. Everything stupidity.
Yeah. Do you ever, when you hear people calling in on the phone that you don't know, do you ever find yourself wondering what the person looks like? I do that all the time.
The people. You wonder what the people look like.
Yeah.
The guy actually showed his face. He actually made a video of his own call,
Huh?
and then he decided to call in right after the Kentucky game in 2018 and explain how Florida's going to rise up after losing to Kentucky. You remember that game, right?
Yeah.
Well, they're talking about how Kentucky's going to rise up. And now I hear police sirens.
Kentucky's got a decent team, but it's not just great.
Oh, and you know one thing that did age well? Florida had two 4-win seasons in the past 5 years.
Florida what?
Florida had two 4-win seasons in the past 5 years at that time.
Oh,
They almost had it again.
yeah.
Yeah, two. Yeah, just. I mean, there's a big difference between a 4-win season and an 8-win season. Huge
Yeah.
difference. And there's a huge difference between what happened 2 years ago, what happened that past season, as well. So it just that's probably the dumbest adult I've seen on the channel. There's been some dumber kids that have talked to us about mining and stuff. It's probably the dumbest legalized person I've seen on the channel.
Hmm.
And then he goes on, and I don't like listening to the last part of that video because all the last part of the video is about how Emory Jones is going to be the next superstar quarterback in college football.
Oh yeah,
And he
that's a
said
bunch of bull.
Florida week 1 in 2018. Which, first of all, Emory Johnson didn't play till senior season. So,
Yeah.
wrong. Next thing he was wrong about is how he's going to be a superstar quarterback. Wrong there. So, wrong on everything.
Yep.
Florida program is going down. Georgia's going up. So, he's wrong there.
Yeah.
He hasn't posted a video since the 20. Oh, I see what happened. So, he took a break from YouTube for 8 months. Then came back when Florida won the SEC East title. And then he left. Yeah, of course you come back when Florida wins the East finally.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, Jacob. When Alabama, I mean, when Alabama loses, and they probably will. You know, how Lou talks about Alabama fans go and hide when they lose. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna hide. I'm not gonna hide.
Hey, here's a stat for Florida. Over the past 11 years since Tim Tebow has left, Florida's had 13 starting quarterbacks, 11 wins over their top 3 rivals.
Hmm.
What a stat that is.
Yeah.
Guys smoking everything, talking about Florida's going to win the SEC title. Oh my God. Can't even watch that video. Florida didn't win the SEC East, or SEC title, obviously.
Florida thought that they're going to win the SEC title when they almost beat Alabama.
Yeah. Lance and Jasper, used to go on Paul Feinbaum all the time. Oh, and you know where Mike from Alabama is now?
Who?
You know where that Mike from Alabama guy is now?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Okay, well, let me show you an example then. All right, the guy who said that Alabama isn't gonna, or Bryce Young isn't gonna lose on 2 good legs or something. That guy.
Hmm.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Alabama's not going to what?
The guy who said that Alabama isn't gonna lose while Bryce Young's on 2 good legs.
Every morning, knowing
This guy. You recognize him now?
Let me hear some more.
Okay.
you coming to find me. That's not the point, dipshit. The point is I pay my bets because my reputation. Well, then send the money. I've made 1,000 bets on this channel with people that works.
All right, so you know who he is?
Was that something about a $100 bet or something like that?
No, this is
Georgia and Alabama
well.
are head and shoulders above any.
I guess the call called it.
Really
Oh yeah, it started off as this.
$100 ahead on those.
All right,
on my
there you go. There you go. Look, bro, let's just get right to it. All right, you sound really confident this year in them old Bulldogs.
Are you confident?
Name a unit. I am absolutely confident.
Why wouldn't you be? Why wouldn't I?
Name a unit. Name a unit. Name a unit other than the D line where Georgia has the advantage on Alabama.
Oh my God.
Well, you admit you just.
That's how I see it.
Are you gonna ask a question? If you ask a question,
I'm sorry.
this is the end of the call. A phone call is a two-way conversation.
Okay.
You asked a question. Now
I got you.
I appreciate you admitting.
Okay, I don't mean to get under your.
Let me know when you're done.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Answer the question.
I appreciate you admitting that Georgia's defensive line is better than Alabama's offensive line. I appreciate that. You want to know where else Georgia?
Defensive line.
If Georgia's defensive line is better than Alabama's offensive line, Georgia will win that battle. I appreciate you. No, sir. You got pushed around on both lines of scrimmage by Florida. Georgia is going to dominate you on the line of scrimmage. Period.
We were running gap control on Florida because they had.
It wasn't working. It didn't work.
We won, brother.
You know, I don't think Lou ever heard from that guy again after that.
But you know who I'm talking about now, right?
Yeah, Alabama lost to Texas A&M, and then I don't think you ever heard from that guy again.
Every time I've watched the Paul Feinbaum show, I've heard him call in. And you know what he does? He says the same nonsense he did in week 3.
Mm.
The same nonsense. That Alabama's going to run up down on the field against Georgia. I mean, how can you say this with stuff on the circle? That's what I want to know.
Some people are saying that now. They're crazy though.
He said that Alabama, outside of the defensive line, Alabama's better at every other position.
Oh no.
All the running backs injured for Alabama. What about Georgia's offensive line is much better than Alabama's. Linebackers for
Yeah.
Georgia are better than Alabama's. I know Will Anderson is good, but as a core, Georgia's linebackers are better. Wide receivers for Georgia, with George Pickens, I say they're better. Tight ends, I pick Georgia, especially Brock Bowers. Cornerbacks and safeties, that's a little bit closer, but with the amount of blown coverages Alabama. So really, I'd give every position besides quarterback to Georgia. I mean, would you agree with that?
As a whole, um,
Huh?
I don't know. I mean, Will Anderson by himself is probably just about as good as anybody Georgia has.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but I'm just saying as a core, I
As a
think,
core, yeah, I agree with you.
yeah. The one position Alabama fans argue with me about is wide receivers, but I don't think so.
Uh, Alabama only has one. I mean, Mechie is okay,
Mechie
but
dropped. Have they
but
not seen how many passes Mechie's dropped this year?
that's why I say he's okay. He's not great, but he's okay.
Emerson Williams
Uh,
has dropped a lot of passes as well, but he
yeah,
knows how to get open.
yeah.
But so I think Georgia's wide receiving core as a whole is better. They've also argued me about their DBs being better, but no, they've had too many blown coverages this year for me to believe that.
You know, if Jamison Williams had not gotten ejected for targeting against Auburn,
That's
I don't think that game would have been as close.
and you know whose fault that is? You know whose fault that is?
Who?
That's Nick Saban's fault. That's a coaching mistake. Why is your best playmaker out on special teams in the first place? Because first of all, he could get easily injured, or something else happen like targeting. Why is your best playmaker out on special teams? Where in special teams, I think we both agree is the highest injury risk in football when it comes to stuff. So why is your best playmaker out on special teams? That's what I don't understand.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
why is he even out there?
I missed some of that game. I missed the first part of that game actually, so I didn't see that.
Okay, like return and punt return, I understand. Fine. You want your best player there? Fine. Punt coverage and kickoff coverage, come on now. You can find somebody else for that. Like, come on. You don't need Jameson Williams out there on punt coverage, punting.
No.
That's a huge injury risk, and then something could happen. Like what happened on Saturday? You got Jake Turk. You can't do that. It's a coaching mistake. And honestly, not including Saban, I think Georgia has better coordinators and coaches.
Hmm.
When you look at it as a whole. But then again, you do have Saban, so that might just win it for Alabama its own right. I don't know.
Well, I do know both of our coordinators have a lot to be desired.
Georgia coordinators are much better, but
Yeah.
Alabama's coach ever. So looking at it, I'd probably give the advantage to Alabama just for having Saban. But I mean, besides that, it's really easy.
Yeah. Bill O'Brien needs to be gone.
Bill O'Brien needs to be gone, and Pete Golding, I'd probably fire him too. Although he has improved Alabama's defense, so I don't know about firing him.
Yeah, I've changed my mind about Golden, I think.
I think I'd probably keep Golding for another year. Bill O'Brien's got to go.
Yeah.
The guy kept trying to run the ball in the Auburn game after it wasn't working.
Yeah, I know.
He and I'm sure you were thinking the same thing. Alabama needed to run short, quick passes against Auburn. Why? The run game wasn't working and long passing wasn't working because because uh because the pressure was getting there back there too fast. The middle of the field was wide open every play because Auburn kept blitzing. The guy refused to throw it over the middle, and that's why Alabama couldn't score until they started throwing over the middle in the last few minutes.
Yeah.
You guys need to start Jacoby Brooks. He can actually catch, and he probably has the best hands on the team. Now, I don't think he's better than James Williams, but I think he can catch better.
I don't know, I guess.
Dallas Turner, he's probably Will Anderson 2.0. That guy is good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Saban has a. Well, Alabama, they have a running back problem right now.
Yeah. The running game's almost nothing.
And the amount of injuries is good, and it really has to do with Saban only uses one running back. I think he needs to evolve from that. He needs to get out of that. Because number one, using two gets you out of like you could have a power back and you have an elusive back. Two also frees up the starter though. Brian Robinson, he's probably beaten up. That's probably why you don't have him anymore. He's been getting carries the whole year. You gotta split the carry.
Yeah.
And
He did
Saban's
the same. He did the same thing with Derrick Henry. Remember?
and Saban is involved since those times in many different areas. But one thing he hasn't evolved in is he hasn't split the carries like every other
Yeah.
modern coach does, and he needs to change, or else he's always going to have running back problems. Now, here's the difference with Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry had a great offensive line, and he was an amazing running back. Is Brian Robinson really a running back that should get 40, 30 carries a game? No. He's not that. Well, he's decent, but he's not a 30 to 40 carry a game guy. He's just not. And his body isn't built for that, and Alabama's offensive line is not built for that.
Didn't Saban used to use more than one running back?
No.
No.
Not even in the Trent Richardson, Mark Ingram era. He used Ingram in 2009, Trent Richardson in 2011. The one time he split carries was with TJ Yeldon and Eddie Lacy. That's the one time.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's been the same running back. And he needs to change it. And Bill O'Brien's mentality, Alabama fans, some people are saying, talk about Bill O'Brien, they're saying, yeah, you got to keep the defense honest. Well, you're getting zero. If you're wasting a play in the run game every single play, no. You just have to throw it the whole game. Didn't I say preseason that Bill O'Brien was a bad hire?
Did you? I don't remember if that's. I don't remember you saying that, but you
I
may
was
have.
saying it on Ballot Stream. I don't know
Oh,
who.
okay.
And Bill O'Brien and Ballot said, "Are you sure about that?" And I was like, "Yes." It's like,
Now every Bama fan wants him gone.
yeah, Steve Sarkisian. He needs to go back to being an offensive coordinator. He's not going to work out at Texas.
Well,
At least I don't think he will.
maybe give him another year or two.
They never should have fired Tom Herman.
You don't think?
No, the guy got a top 3 recruiting class. In one of his years, he always recruited great. He, he went he had 3 losses in the year he got fired. And Texas is expecting uh, him to rebuild a dead program instantly. Texas was better than any time they've been the past 15 years, 10 years, not 15, but 10 years. And they decided to go
Yeah.
ahead and fire him, which is completely ridiculous. And now, if they're confident, they have a 5-7 season. And it's the same talent. They barely lost anyone besides Sam Ellinger.
Yeah.
I hope Tom Herman gets another job. That guy is a good coach. He did not deserve to be fired. That's just completely ridiculous.
Yeah.
I saw this one Alabama fan. He wanted Ed Orgeron as their offensive coordinator because of what he did in 2019.
What? That was
What?
not Ed Orgeron.
And I told him that. He's like, that was all Ed Orgeron. He did all the offense, all the X's and O's on the team. And I was like, yeah. And maybe,
What he wanted was Joe Brady.
yeah. And then I said, yeah, maybe that's why he doesn't have a job anymore. I was like, if he did all that, he'd still have a job.
Goodness.
And, I mean, and second of all, Ed Orgeron's not he's not an offensive guy. He's a defensive guy.
Yeah.
So that doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't.
Anyway, this one guy, he said he told me the best moment of the Miami Alabama game because he said that
I didn't
Miami.
hear. I'm not hearing you, Jacob. Are you moving around a lot? Because all I'm hearing is just really
Yeah,
loud noises.
I just switched my position.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, there's this one Miami fan who told Lou to uh he told Lou to put his money where his mouth is
But it's
because
what?
put his money where his mouth is
Oh,
because he said that Miami would beat Alabama 52-35.
yeah.
How that didn't work out so well.
That didn't work out very well. No.
Lou asked him to explain. He said Miami probably is one of the best run games in the country. He said they have one of the best quarterbacks in the country. He said they have the best defense in the country. And then Uncle Lou said, "Whoa." He said they have the best defense in the country. And the guy said, "Yep." He said, "You'll see it this season." The guy said, "What is your prediction for Miami?" And the guy said, 12-0, because it's just too easy. And Uncle Lou said, "Okay, you almost made me hang up the phone on you after that statement." He said, "You think Miami's going 12-0?" And the guy said, "Yes." He said, "They just have more talent."
Jeez.
Feels like Slim Shady was saying the same things before the season.
Well,
I'll say this about Slim Shady. He knows what he's talking about as long as Miami's not in the conversation. If Miami's in the conversation, then he looks like an absolute idiot. because he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's
Do
completely.
you think he says some of that stuff just to rile people up?
Well, sometimes that's the case, but other times he's being serious. But Ed talk is fit. He tried trash talking Jeff Webster. Said that Pittsburgh would sleepwalk through Alabama if they tried to do your six ball, and that got Jeff Webster so mad. He started firing back. And the guy said, "We got Kenny Pickett, best quarterback in the nation." And talk is pick. Like that guy has like 400 subs. He's not no troll. So when he's
Hmm.
saying this stuff, he's being serious, and it's like an actual person.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know where he's got the cake walking through Alabama. And then Slim Shady said, "Yeah, I agree. I think Pittsburgh will cake walk through Alabama." And then Jeff Webster said, "Do you realize what you two idiots are saying right now?"
Yeah.
And Slim Shady says, "If it wasn't," he said that Alabama's the lucky Nebraska. He said no difference between them and Nebraska. He said none. They're the lucky Nebraska. And I was like that. And then I
Some
had to.
people, some people, some people say stuff like that in the chat or whatever just to get a reaction out of a certain fan base.
No, this was on stream. And then after I said that, I said, whoa, 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 whoa. I said, you don't see a difference between Alabama and Nebraska? And he said, no, they're the lucky Nebraska. And I'm like, and I had to jump in. I was like, sir, I said, Nebraska went 3-9. Alabama went 11-1. You don't see a difference? And Slim Shady said, no difference. They're the lucky Nebraska. And I was like, okay, you don't know what you're talking about there.
And
It was Jeff Webster. And then he started trash talking some more. And Jeff said that he said what was the score of the Miami Alabama game? And Slim Shady said that's not the conversation. And the guy said, "Oh," and Jeff Webster said, "Okay, well if Alabama was just as good as Nebraska, Miami would win or would have won."
yeah.
I mean, come on, the lucky Nebraska. I mean, come on now. Don't, just don't.
Okay, are you shifting around again? Because every time you do that, I can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm shifting around. I just did.
Okay, when you talk, make sure you're being still because it's really hard to hear you.
Yeah, but I mean, Slim Shady's smart. He knows what he's talking about. Just not when he's talking about Miami. Because when we'll talk about Mario Cristobal signing with Miami or Miami gonna rise up. He told us that Miami was way better than their record. Well, your record is your record. If you're 7-5, you're 7-5.
Let me ask you something. Who do you think would be a good replacement for Saban when he retires?
Not Dabo. uh,
No, I don't even want Dabo.
I think Lane
I have
Kiffin. Lane
I have
Kiffin.
picked
I think Lane
Lane
Kiffin.
Kiffin.
I think he might be a good replacement. I know
Uh,
that's what Mario Cristobal. I don't think Mario Cristobal fits the SEC.
you don't.
So I think Lane Kiffin probably. I think
Mario
that
Cristobal worked under Saban. Did you know that?
I know, but I don't think he fits the SEC as a head coach.
Hmm.
I just don't think he fits everything.
Because that would be my pick.
Mario Cristobal,
Yeah,
maybe. I just I don't know.
that would. I've been saying that for a while now. You know, when this talk first started about who would replace Saban, I've always I've always thought Mario Cristobal would be a good one.
Actually, yeah, I would choose Mario Cristobal over Lane Kiffin. Now that I think about it, yeah, I would do that. Because Mario Cristobal is an excellent recruiter. It's going to be him and
Yeah.
Lincoln Riley battling it out for the next whoever knows. Him, Lincoln Riley, and then you got Chip Kelly in there as well.
Hmm.
Oh, Pac-12, some excitement.
Yeah.
And then you got Kyle Whittingham, which if he doesn't
Who do
take,
you who do you think's gonna who do you think's gonna win between Oklahoma State and Baylor?
Oklahoma State.
Do you?
But I do think Baylor has a good shot. Oklahoma State won the first time though.
Yeah.
Oklahoma and Texas want to join the SEC. Can't even make their conference title.
Do what?
I said they want to join the SEC, but they can't make their conference title.
Who?
Oklahoma and Texas.
Oh. No, neither one of them came anywhere well.
One of them didn't even
Oh,
make. That's bad.
I don't.
Thir-
Go. No, never mind. Go ahead.
the 13 out of the 14 SEC teams this year made a bowl game, and Oklahoma and Texas are about to come in and mess that up. The only team that hasn't made a bowl game is Vanderbilt, but they gave everybody a free win to do so.
Yeah. Vanderbilt has hardly ever amounted to anything. They had
Oh,
a couple of pretty good years under James Franklin,
yeah.
uh, but that's about as good as they've ever been.
Who is this? Five
Huh?
reasons. 5 reasons why Alabama will be. Oh my God, Jesus. Notice
Yeah, I
how
think I saw that title. I
Georgia no,
didn't look in.
have to
I
have.
didn't look at it, I saw that.
Notice how Georgia doesn't have to. Notice how Georgia doesn't have to make those types of videos.
Georgia doesn't have to what?
Make those types of videos, like 5 reasons why that will happen, or yeah.
Oh,
I always wish in the college shows that someone would post a time slot of somebody being ridiculous.
say that again.
I always hope in the comment section that somebody will post a time slot of an idiot caller. Sometimes I really hope that happens because it's just. I read the
I keep
comment.
I keep on missing what you're saying because you keep on shifting around, and all I'm hearing is that.
I wasn't shifting this time.
I'm still hearing a lot of background though. Not background. I'm hearing a lot of and just general general noise like somebody's moving.
So that time I wasn't
I'm
shifting. I'm
I'm
saying that.
hearing it now.
Oh, okay. That time I was saying that. What was I saying? Oh yeah. I always hope someone posts a time slot to an idiot caller, the Collins show, and
Hmm.
sometimes they do. And I read the
Yeah.
comments, and this guy says 45-14 Bama will win.
Yeah. I'm surprised at how many people, even people who are not Alabama fans, how many people think Alabama's going to beat them. I don't get it. There's a lot of people out there that think that.
Yeah. Mm. And one thing I don't like about the Collins show is that sometimes I feel like he keeps callers on there too long, and it makes me mad.
Sometimes, yeah,
And like for example, I get he's having a good conversation with them, and it's not even me that I'm able to call in all the time. That's not the problem. Problem is I want to hear other people.
yeah,
And for example, I don't want to hear Slim Shady talk about Mario Cristobal coming to Miami for about 45 minutes. I'd rather have other people who have legitimate conversation. Like, yeah, let him talk about that. But and that's all Slim Shady calls him to talk about. He doesn't talk about anything else but Miami in the Collins show, at least.
yeah.
I don't talk
But
about.
Uncle Lou likes talking to Slim Shady, so he keeps him on there a while.
I do. I understand. I like talking to Slim Shady, and I understand it.
Yeah,
I don't Just don't keep him on. 15 minutes should be the max to a call.
15 minutes.
Yeah, and don't do it with a lot of callers. And the only reason why I like if they're having a normal conversation, go ahead and do 7 to 10 minutes. If they're an idiot, I say raise it to 15. Keep the ears
just
on.
for just just for the entertainment value.
Yeah, like I understand keeping one caller on there maybe for 15 minutes. That's fine. I understand that. But the guy has like 7 to 8 callers on there for about 20 minutes each. I mean, come on now.
Were you listening? Were you listening to the show? I can't remember what year it was. I think it was a few years ago when all the trolls would call in all the time and just say the N word.
Yeah.
Were you listening during that year?
People do that in the summertime because there's no
Yeah,
school. So people do that in the summertime because there's no school. They have nothing else to do.
yeah,
BVD streamed today. That's good.
yeah,
I'm glad he's kind of coming back to YouTube slowly.
yeah. He's going to take a little while before he gets back to full speed, but I'm glad to see him trying that again.
Yeah. Golden Blue is not. Every single one of his videos is about Georgia versus everyone else. Like we'll have Georgia on one side and then everyone else. I've seen the same thumbnail about 15 times now.
I guess he's got Georgia on his mind.
Yeah, like I just you're not a Georgia fan. Don't don't have and the reason why he does that is the video's always titled something like this college football season is boring. The off season will be more fun than this season. No point in playing the playoffs this year. Those titles I've seen. Oh, here's another one. They should just cancel the playoffs. Oh, here's another one. It's just saying, no, don't cancel the playoffs. It's college football.
Yeah.
Seems like he's just mad because West Virginia's not good. Yeah, it's
All right. Well, listen, it's almost 11 o'clock my time. It's almost midnight your time.
yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and call it a night, buddy.
All right, see you later.
All right, man. You have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
Well, that's it. Good night. Here's what a little bit of the hype video looks like. This long, I still gotta scroll. I'm still scrolling. Yeah, you'll see it later. Alright, peace and good on. Georgia. Hey, Georgia. Hey, Georgia. Yeah. Hey, Georgia. Alright, seriously, we about to. Peace and good on. 1980, baby. Wait. Well, let it run for 30 more seconds to get 2 hours and 30 minutes. You know what I'm going to stop it right now. And goodbye.